This is a little bit different of a video for me because a plugin came out today that's really special uh, to this studio, um, and to kind of my existence of preserving history. And it is the MDN 821 plugin made by Pulsar Modular, and it is a basically the Stevens tape machine that was in this studio for so many years. Has been turned into a plugin that is one of the best plugins for a tape emulation I've ever heard. When I compared it to other tape plugins, because I use tape plugins pretty often, I love tape, and if I don't get to record a project on tape, or it's something that I'm receiving and it was done on an Apollo or at somebody's home studio, it's to me, I always feel like I need to give that sound to things because digital recording can be really um, dry and flat and uninteresting. And I think that the harmonic distortion and just the different ways that tape do things in more of a physical human way as opposed to a computer way of ones and zeros. The tape machine process is it's a magnetic process charged by electricity. It's a very like physical human made process. Not to say computers are not, but I think you get what I'm saying. I'm not here to sell you plugins. I'm here to basically kind of explain why I think it's better than other plugins because of the way that it acts is so differently and so unpredictable. Um, and it'll be very apparent when you try it. So I'm going to jump in and we're going to listen to a couple things. This is a very old session. I think this is 2008. This is a much younger Clay Blair, working on a solo record that never came out. I'm going to just kind of let you hear. So that was recorded probably not with any kind of HD system, and it was more of it was probably like a 003 or something along those lines. It wasn't anything that was prosumer. A lot of people recording at home could really benefit from the sort of plugins that have this kind of analog movement to them that creates something that wasn't there before. So I'm going to let you hear these drums, and then I'm going to bypass. We're at 900 at 15 ips. So 900 is the tape formula. It's a +9 tape. In. Out. In. So you can tell already it's quite a difference with the low end, the high end, just the way everything kind of is balanced. So I'm going to go to the 456 now, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to AB, the bypass, and the engaging of the plugin. So bypass. In. Bypass. Back in. Instead of it being like a snapshot, like to me, when you have like a tape plugin, it's like here's a picture of this tape machine and a picture of the tape formula. And now we're going to put your sounds through it. And the sounds are going to be in that picture, right? And that's a cool effect. I think we're all kind of used to that. That's pretty much the extent of most modern tape plugins that we rely on. The P821 MDN is quite different. There's various thresholds of harmonic content and compression that are kind of broken through depending on the level, the instrument, the frequency range, the tape speed, the tape formula. It's probably the most dynamic tape plugin out there. It's not going to react like any of your other tape plugins. I can say that. I'll show you a comparison here with the A800 in just a second, which I still love and I still use. But let's check out the 30 on this drum kit. So that 900 at 30 is just almost like a smiley face, right? It kind of gives you a finished kind of feeling. The amount of compression and distortion you can get away with on a bass guitar or a bass instrument is pretty unbelievable, because it's the distortion and compression are not as audible, so you can really kind of push them. And even when I track the tape, I peg bass. I mean, if it sounds good, if it's the sound I want, you know. And I think that is well demonstrated here. This is not my best bass tone, but um, by the way, the clicks are a known issue that is going to be sorted out in the next revision very soon. That's going to be taken care of. So ignore those. But do you notice what it's doing? I mean, I let me slam this thing even more and see if you. Sounds like the bass is on fire. Let's try the 456. So here you're gonna be able to really hear the difference in a +9 and a +6 tape. So you can hear that the 456 did get a little hotter. So if we take this 456 back up here to the 11 that we were at with the 900, now watch what happens with the level and with the distortion when we switch from 900. So yeah, it gets a little spicier. It gets a little rattier, way quicker on the 456, and it gets quieter. Why? Because it's reached its maximum level for that specific tape formula. So it starts to deteriorate. One thing that I also really have enjoyed with this is on bass is 30. Something I never thought I'd say because at 15 it's almost always like, wow, like, oh, that sounds like the bass and drums on 15. Holy cow, that really sounds like, you know, like a match made in heaven. But check this out. Kind of gives you that kind of smiley face thing again, even you know, on bass. And 456 is also glorious. I don't think like I had compression, EQ. I had probably a second EQ, maybe a filter on the bus for this bass. I don't. Honestly, at this point, if I was gonna mix this song, I think I would just leave this on because it's doing all those things for me, and it sounds fantastic. Okay, I'm back. So the A800, check it out. P821. Nothing. $800. $821. I love it. Love the 800. I had an 800 machine for a long time before it burned up in a fire in 2021, and I still have a really strong love for that sound and that machine. And I think that the Studer plugin sounds great. I just think that this is different and kind of in a more musical way, I think. It's just I can't really say until you try it. You you're not gonna realize what I'm talking about, and I sure didn't before I tried it either, and I had people telling me, "Oh, it's gonna sound like this or that," and I didn't realize it until I tried it. And, so hearing the electronics is pretty cool. It's supposed to sound like nothing, but it does have a sound, so we can go from tape to through. So it has I mean, yeah, it has a sound, so let's try through and then bypass. It's pretty clean, but then when you get up here that's no tape, that's just the electronic, it's really gritty. That's a pretty cool sound. Um, so I'm gonna try this on, um, a vocal. Bound in a cage. You hold the power close to you. So I've actually got the echo, the tape echo on this, which is really great. So bound in a cage. Bound in a cage. You go from 7.5 to 15 to 30. Uh, it's fantastic, and you get a low pass and a high pass, so you could get it really kind of like way down here, really, or just way back here like that. Anyway, the tape delay is awesome. It's going to be on a bus for me. I'm really excited about that. Uh, but I'm going to start with the this vocal, and you can really kind of hear the difference on the vocal. I think more than most instruments. Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you. Like that. Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you. Sounds pretty awesome. Let's try 456 and 900. Bound within a cage.
You hold the power close to you, like a fever, bound within a cage.
Beautiful. Now let's try 30. Bypass.
Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you.
Oh, yeah, the 930 is so hi-fi. I love it. It's just like, it's such a cool sound.
Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you. Bound within a cage.
Yeah, it's lifeless. I probably recorded it on not a great mic, but it just, without it, it doesn't sound that good. Sorry.
Bound within a cage.
456 and 900 on the vocal.
Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you, like a fever.
456 at 30 is awesome also.
Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you. Bound within a cage. You hold the power close to you.
Right, that wins for me for vocals, for my vocal. The 456 and 30, forget it. Tape plugins should work in a perfect world. We're always improving. You know, every time a new plugin comes out, ideally, these developers are improving or changing or trying new things that are going to get us closer to the things that we all kind of love, which are these unobtainable machines that made so many great records. So I'll leave you with that. There will be a link in the bottom here to the Pulsar Modular website. You can go have a demo. I also recommend checking out their other plugins. There's a couple of them that are on my mix template that I use frequently, and have fun with them. And they're a really cool company, a small company that makes really quality products. They don't just push plugins out every 2 weeks. They really spend time. They spent years on this plugin, for example. And I was really glad that Mark and Ziad wanted me to be a part of it with the studio's history and with my knowledge of those tape machines. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks.